Welcome to Horseshoe'N Time, filmed live at the Farriers National Research Center and School here in Villanelle, Georgia. Hey, if you want your horse to be active, whether it's showing, trail riding, or pleasure riding, he needs to be healthy, in good physical condition, and properly trimmed or shod. After all, a happy horse makes a happy owner. In 1989, Ralph Casey began using a high-speed video camera and an adjustable shoe to study how to make horses perform better and run faster without injury. Casey became the leader in the field of farrier science. His research sparked such an interest, a group was formed to build the first Farriers National Research Center in the world. The purpose of the FNRC is to continue the study of shoeing and balancing a horse, not only to make the horse perform better, but to stop some of the serious injuries created from improper shoeing. Today, Casey can make the horse perform better and run faster than ever before. Horse owners are fortunate to have access to the only Farrier National Research Center in the U.S. dedicated to the study of farrier science. And here to tell us more is our host of Horseshoe'N Time, Ralph Casey.
Hey gang, welcome to Horseshoe'N Time. I'm Ralph Casey.
And I'm Alicia Rutledge.
And don't she look good today? Listen to me, gang. We've got a good show today, Alicia. I mean, a super duper. I even remembered your name this time.
Good job.
And what we've got is one of the biggest problems that's happening in the horse industry. And over the years here at the Research Center, we've come up with some great solutions. So we've took an old thing and modernized it a little bit to help the horse. And the thing about it is when you look at the horse, you think it's normal. Right. So, gang, I'm going to show you a little secret how to look at your horse and see if your horse has got that problem. And if your horse has got that problem, then you could have, well, I'll show that a little later, exactly what can happen.
Anticipation.
Oh, yeah, I got to rub it in. So, hey, gang, hang with us. And what we're going to do, we've got a horse's heel that's rolled under. So what we're going to do, we're designed the shoe to get it back. So one of the 6 steps, you want that foot back like he was days born. And that heel is not supposed to be rolled under. Right. And what causes that is improper shoeing, because a shoer has to do corrective work every time he shoes the horse. So what happens, he continuously puts the shoe to the foot, it continually rolls under. Remember, what causes the problem is the conformation. Conformation of the horse dictates how his foot's going to land when it hits the ground. Right. And so therefore he doesn't hit flat if he did have a perfect foot. It'd be like me, be perfect, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
I had a lot of coffee today. Boy, I am just rolling along. But anyway, what I'm going to do, his heel on the medial side is starting to roll under. And it's just getting started good. So I'm going to show how to correct that, take this shoe, and we're going to do less of a dirt trap. So that's one of the new things we come up with, because normally when they're in close, if you put a big wide shoe on, you're going to create a dirt trap. And gang, here is a, let me clear up there.
Okay, let me move the mic there.
You know what, we got a wide web, and this is a narrow web. But we're going to make it even more narrow here.
So you're saying at the end, where we're looking at it here, is wider?
Yeah, this is this wider. The wider this way. All right. You have to watch her on the show, gang. You have to watch her.
I'm worried about this
Okay.
kid.
He ain't going to ever kiss you probably. But anyway, the shoe, we're going to narrow it, make it a little less wider. Therefore, we don't create a dirt trap.
Right.
And then we're going to put a slip job on it to make it slip. But it's all in how you fit this shoe that makes it work. And second, you only fit it when you fit it one time. Next time you shoe it, you go back and fit the shoe
You have to
flat.
change it.
You have to change the shoe, every other shoe. And if you don't, what happens, you will wear the wall so thin you won't have a wall back there. Because remember, when you look at a hoof, it's thicker at the toe, gets thinner as it comes around the quarters. And that's the way the hoof is designed, gang. Hang with us, go by the refrigerator and get yourself a cool Coca-Cola. You thought I was going to say something else.
I didn't
Hang with us,
know.
gang. Be right back. And we're going to be working on this shoe, and we're going to get it designed, and I'm going to show you how to look at the horse.
Horseshoeing isn't just about putting shoes on horses, and no one knows this better than Max Williams and Kelly Case of Sure Shod Horseshoe'N School in Grove Spring, Missouri. With more than 40 years of farrier experience, as well as practical teaching experience from the university level on down, you'll be hard-pressed to find any other horseshoeing or farrier school with more qualified instructors. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced farrier, SureShot's program will help you build or advance your career.
Hey gang, we're back again and tickled to be. Okay gang, now I'm not Tim the Tool Man Taylor. I'm Ralph the Tool Man Taylor. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to trim this shoe down a little bit and make it narrow. Remember, the horse hoof carries from the nail out. So that's the hoof wall. So I'm going to do a little trimming here. And then we'll do our grinding.
We'll just step back over here.
Yeah, at least a little bit over that.
Now you're on the inside edge there.
Right, I'm taking some of it off. That way I'll create less of a dirt trap. It'll take me a minute here. I just love them tools.
You did good.
And gang, for Christmas, you can have your wife to buy you one of them. That is a portable bandsaw. Neat, I'm telling you, it's the best thing since dental snuff come along.
Okay, made it
Now,
pretty good.
what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grind this down at this angle.
Now how far do you come back?
That's about far enough, you know. What I'm doing is have less of a dirt trap here. Because the object here, I'm going to fit that hoof wall right to the very edge here of that, because once I grind it, about 3 weeks it'll start growing over and then it'll start slipping. Because if you fit it too much and start it off too quick slipping, then what's going to happen, you're going to wear the wall so thin. So in the next thing, you got to have that booger set perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fit this shoe, and then I'm going to put a clip. Once I get it shaped, I'm going to pull a clip. That way when I set it, I know it'll be setting perfect.
Right.
So that's the whole object.
Is that going to bother his foot at all because it's grinded off right there?
Yeah, we're going to do a little trimming.
Oh boy.
Just like a woman.
More power tools.
I'm telling you, more power tools.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, I believe you're afraid of them too. The one thing that I really encourage on the Farrier's test and thing is more type corrective work.
Right.
You know, they study in the anatomy. I don't ever remember in 40 years where you had to name anything inside the leg shoe a horse. So I think we need to get back to the old time.
Right.
You know, the Farrier is the expert. He needs to know a lot of things. But what the whole purpose of shoeing the horse correct is keep the bony structure in line, wherein when a foot strikes the ground, the entire bony
Right.
structure of the horse equally absorbs a concussion. Now I'm going to get the camera lady to move in, and you'll see, gang, once I put this on the horse's foot.
Turn it this way so we can see a little bit.
Oh, correct.
I know, you like me correcting.
That's right. The thing is, see, we'll fit this. The hoof is going to ride here, right to that outer edge there. And then about 3 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks, it'll start going over and then it'll start slipping and it's going to push. So we've got to take the hook and the bar out as well. So we've got a good bit of work. Now this is a good bit of work here to do it. But this is one of the big mistakes being made that we found, because the thing, once the foot gets away from what God designed, in other words, the hoof is supposed to be just like it was the day he was born, except the foot gets bigger.
Right.
It's not supposed, he wasn't born with a rolled under heel, underrun heel, wasn't born with a low heel, high heel. So the thing about it is, the Farrier's job is to do corrective work each time, and that should be his job.
Get him back to
You bet.
natural, right?
You bet. So, right, and that's what is natural.
Right.
What is natural is just like he was the day he was born, except his foot's bigger. And we start altering those feet, and what causes that is, if you look at your own shoes, when you're walking along there, if you're toed out, and we call it in the horse industry cowhock, which is toed out,
Right.
then you're going to break over most of the time on the medial toe, land on the outside heel. And medial would be the inside. And then if you're toed in, you're going to break over on the outside toe, and you're going to wing out and land differently. So every the conformation, you got Like you got bow-legged people, you got toad-in people, you got cowhock people, you got all kinds of conformations.
Same thing with horses, huh?
Exactly. You got knock-kneed folks too. I left that out. But anyway, gang, hang with us. Now we're going to go back and look at the horse and show you while we're taking this small break.
Okay.
We're going to show you what we're looking at the horse. Hang with us.
And you want him to go get a Coca-Cola, I'm sure.
You bet. Hey gang, I'm Ralph Casey,
And I'm Alicia Rutledge.
and we're giving you a personal invitation to join us and the Farriers National Research Center in our project in Wyoming.
Right.
And it is a project where we're going to have part of the horses barefoot, part of the horses are going to have shoes on, and we're going to let the public see what happens. We're going to have veterinarians there, horseshoers are going to be there. We're going to have some of the top shoers in the country is
We're
going to
going to
be
have some
there.
medical doctors there just in case, too.
Yeah, that's in case I fall off.
Let's hope not.
But we're going to have a great time, and we're giving you a personal invitation to join us in this project. And we're
Now,
going
while you're out there, you're raffling off some property, too, right?
Exactly. I've got 40 acres there at Wheatland, and we're going to sell tickets to help pay for the event.
Trip out there.
And they're $100 a ticket. We're only going to sell 200 tickets. And you don't even have to be present to win, but we still want you there. We're going to draw, and that'll be in July.
And anybody can come.
Anybody can come, and we're giving you a personal invitation. And we're going to be there, too,
Yep.
with bells on.
Lots of bells.
See you there. Hey, gang, we're right back at you. Hey, gang, now, the reason I'm talking so fast and not fooling around much because there's so much to this corrective work. And, you know, if you don't catch it all, you can buy a how-to tape and show step by step how to do it. But the point is, there's so much to show doing this particular corrective work that it just, you know, I've got to move along with it. So the first thing I'm going to show is how to look at it. A horse owner should look at it. So I'm going to hold the mic and let you look. And I'm going to turn around, and you want to put your head right here on the knee and get you an imaginary line and look right straight down the foot, all the way down. And you see that heel rolled under?
Yes.
So you get you an imaginary line, look straight down the bony column, and you can see if the foot's rolled under or not on either side. So that's so obvious a blind man can see it. Yet, when you pick the foot up and look at it, it looks fine.
Right.
So go ahead and pick it up. It looks like it's the opposite side. So you can see it looks like this side's rolled under, where in reality it's that side. Right. But you can't see it unless you put your head right in the center of the horse's knee and look straight down the horse's knee, and you'll see it. Now, gang, I promise you I was going to show you this before I put this shoe on. And I'm going to show you what could happen. So if your horse is doing this, if you'll hand me that right there, Alicia.
Just let me get side.
Okay, and then get the other one. And you hold the other one for a second, and we'll show it. But if your horse is stumbling, overreaching, elbow hitting, foraging, and that's clicking the hind foot hitting the back, cross-firing, scalping, speed cutting, or interfering anyway, that's something that can cause it. So whatever the horse is doing, when that horse was born, he was not born with a low heel, high heel. He was not born with one foot rolled up under him, so on and so forth. So all these things are lateral and medial. All these things are important to keep that horse natural. But the first thing, most of these people around here running are talking about how to shoe a horse that never shot a horse. Right. First of all, they don't understand why you shoe a horse, and they don't understand where you're trying to get to. So the next time you ask your shoer, when he does corrective work, where exactly are you trying to get to? And if he can't answer that question, if you don't know where you're going, gang, you just might be lost. So here's the thing. If you look right straight down the bony column, you put your head up on the knee. You got to put your head up on a horse's knee and look down. You'll see if it's rolled under or not. And what causes that is not doing it correct every time you shoe it. Because of conformation and getting the horse natural, you're trying to get him back just like he was the day he's born, except his foot's bigger. And that's where you're trying to get to. So now let's take a look at our shoe. Well, wait a minute. I got ahead of myself. And this is the most dangerous thing, and I think this should be on this is the reason I'm against all the associations, including our association, their written tests, because they don't have enough Farrier Science on there. They got too much about anatomy on there. Excuse me, too much about medical. Hot shot at that horse. Smoke's getting to me. And this, I did this back in '89. I shod this horse, it's base wide, and I lowered him down on the medial and raised him. I may have left more foot on this side using a shoe. This was a base wide horse. Got him in full gallop, which would get in passing gait. That's when his hind feet passes. So if you're running, and then he knocks his hind leg out from under the front, took off, and then you got what we call speed cutting game. So the thing about it is, can happen to you. And let me tell you, a 1,000-pound horse rolling over on top of you. Exactly. All I had to do, now I shod the horse to make him do that. I just had to have somebody dumb enough to do it, so a bull rider fit the bill.
I'm glad I wasn't around back then.
So, all right, next thing we're going to do, gang, we're going to nail this shoe on, and then I'm going to show you exactly how it's got to fit. And hopefully I didn't run through everything so fast that you didn't catch it. So if you're a farrier and you're watching and you want details on that, that's the whole idea of having a convention, because we have a lot, I did show this during the convention. You bet. But you can get a how-to tape. Today we're doing, and I've got a list of them there that you can look at of all the how-to tapes that we've designed. This is something you're not going to find in any book, because this is what we're learning here at the Farrier National Research Center. And here's the thing I'm going to start bringing out. The farrier is the expert. I'm making that statement. It is not a horse trainer. It's not the vet. It is your farrier. And if he goes to school, he should learn something. But you're not going to learn it all in 12 weeks, even at my school. So they have to continue their education. And that's another thing we're doing, gang. When they come to continuing education, they get a continuing education sticker to stick on their certification card. Might ought to check that out, gang. Because here's the thing. You want to be safe riding your horse, you might ought to start looking at it. Because here's the thing. 80% of all your problems in your horse's feet. Now, we're running out of time. We're going to stop for a minute, take a Coca-Cola break. I'm going to get me another cup of coffee because I am rolling along here. We'll be right back.
For those of you who love horses and want to work outdoors and be your own boss, you may want to consider a career as a professional certified farrier. It's hard work, but very rewarding. One of the most highly recognized schools in the United States is right here in Villanelle, Georgia, owned and operated by Ralph Casey since 1989. The Casey & Son Horseshoe'N School has received the Horseshoe'N School of the Year award for over 8 years. With Casey as your head instructor, you will receive the most up-to-date training in farrier science that is not available at any other school.
Well, Alicia's giving me some lip gloss. You can see, now this is the reason it's so time consuming, and I do the how-to tapes because it is. You need this type little grinder on your Dremel, and it's a special type. And then you got your bar coming in. You got to get that hook out, because that bar comes up and hooks like a fish hook, hooks right here on the wall, and it holds that wall. So you got to get that wall where it'll flex. So you got to get in there and take that out, and I'll show a little bit of that. And then you want your shoe to fit perfect. So you see, I've got that ground, and I'm going to open this foot up. You want it to fit right to this outer edge here. So it has to fit right there on that outer edge. And then in about 2 weeks, or two and a half, 3 weeks, it's going to slip over that and start slipping. But you got to take that hook and bar out. And then the next time you shoe that horse, you got to put a flat shoe. You can't constantly put that shoe on. It's every other shoeing, because you'll get this wall so thin you can't shoe it. So, and eventually you'll get that wall. Once you get the hook bar, it flexes. And so then in about, I'd say, doing that over a period of a year, you can get that hook back out there where it's supposed to be. But it's very important to shoe the horse correct and constantly do corrective work. Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this shoe on, and I hope we're not running out of time. How much time we got, timekeeper?
She says we're doing good.
Because we got time to stop for a Coca-Cola break and all that.
Yeah.
That looks like I got two different kinds of nails here. But what I did, I pulled a clip, and I put the shoe exactly where it goes here. And then I pulled a clip where it'll, because it has to be done exact to work. And, you know, you can't do it halfway. It's got to be done correct to start off with. So don't get me tickled about this lip gloss. But anyhow, I know what you're thinking. But anyway, so what we're going to do, gang, we're going to nail this on right quick and kind of show what it looks like. So hang with us. Then I'm going to get up. I'm going to have to get up to do this one.
Okay.
Sometimes I shoe the horse when I'm sitting down where the camera person can get, because the shows are so short, it's very difficult to do. Now what I'm going to do is leave that 4th nail completely out, okay? And I'm going to angle that to pull that clip back in there. So I'm going to leave it out. Let me get my shield right where I want it.
You're a little dangerous with that hammer there.
I'm telling you that. Now see, over here is fine, so I can actually put the 4th nail in there. Got a little deep with that. Let me angle that just a little bit better than that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to set those down, and I've got my clips, I'm going to set it down, and hopefully I'm going to get the camera person around. And you can see that hoof wall, this is the wide hoof wall. So I had to really do some work, but it's right on the edge of that, and it's going to start slipping in about 2.5 weeks.
Right.
Okay? All right. And we're going to take a break and go get us a Coca-Cola. Bring me one back. Gang, we're here at the National Farrier Research Center with famous horse trainer Rick Wheats and his Noble. Rick, how long have you been working with this horse?
Hey, we started out in Valerie's horse yesterday. It hadn't been ridden before, isn't that right, Valerie? That's where we was at yesterday, hadn't been ridden. And that was yesterday, and we just now got her going. She rode some yesterday, riding again today, Ralph.
Well, Rick, you're starting a school down here, training
That's
folks,
right.
because a lot of times you go out, you do clinics all over the country, you got your own TV show. Hey, you just a real celebrity. I feel good just sitting here next to you, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, the thing is, you're going to have a school to really get into depth to teach folks how to use this Noble. And you know, Rick, I've done clinics all over the United States with famous horse trainers, and this is one of the best things I've seen come along. All the Horseshoe'N schools, just about 90% in the United States, are using this booger to work with their horse to keep the kids from getting hurt that shoes horses, and that's the most toughest thing. In fact, the hardest thing to teach a horse stand there while you nail shoes on, right?
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, Ralph, we're going to take people and let them come in, bring their horses, and we start their horses. We take care of problems with the rider and the horse.
That's everything, trailer load, and everything
Whatever
you
it
can
is.
name, you're going to fix it.
We
That's
go through it.
mules, horses.
We take, if
pulling.
it's a problem to them, it's a problem to us.
You know, Rick, I've seen you work with horses that people can't take them a week to teach them how to trailer load, and you can do it in a few minutes. Now, that's something.
It works out real well, and that's what we want to teach here at the school. We want to show them how to do that, and how not only to do the one horse, but they can do the rest of their horses.
And all they got to do is call this number on the screen,
That's right.
and they can find out exactly when the classes are going to
Exactly.
be, how much they're going to be, the whole 9 yards.
Exactly.
They can get all the
That's where the
information.
reservations are made.
Hey, you heard it right here, gang. We're right here at the National Farrier Research Center. But while we're sitting here talking, this pretty young lady, Valerie, is that correct? What do you think about your horse? We worked on it about a day, or Rick did. I got to take a little credit. What do you think?
He's done excellent. In one day, I never thought we would be riding him in one day.
Well, what do you think of this Noble headstall?
I think everybody needs one that's having problems.
You heard it right here, gang. Give us a call. The number's right there on the screen. And Rick, you're going to be here how many times a year? 4 or 5 times a year, what?
Yeah, we usually run about every 6 to 8 weeks, what we're running.
We have our own cook here, a great one, too.
Hey, it's a good one. Good place to be. It's a nice place to be in the wintertime, too, Ralph.
And tune me in on Horseshoe'N time. I got to give myself a plug.
There you go.
Hey, gang, we're right back here at you, and we're just tickled to be back with you.
Okay, so now we're back, and you're just rasping on the hoof now.
Now, I'm just dressing it up, and I wanted everybody to kindly see how I've got this done. Then let me clench this down right quick.
And the horse is telling
We've
you.
got some great shows coming up, and we're going to do the Nolan hoof plate pretty soon, and we're going to do about 3 shows with that. I think that's super duper, and it's a new thing that's been around but not long, and we've been using it down here at the research center. So the guy that invented it is coming down.
That's Mike Nolan.
Right. And so we're going to do, now I'm going to get the camera lady, if she can, to move around. And it's very important not to put but 3. Sometimes I'll just put 2 nails on this side because I want that wall to flex. And then remember, gang, every other shoeing you just put this shoe on. You don't put it on every shoe, just every other shoe, and you put a flat shoe on next.
Right.
And so what it's doing, that hoof wall is gonna grow over, then it's gonna start moving that foot.
So you're doing it every other shoe, and so you can get it to grow?
Well, what you're doing, you'll get the wall so thin. See, it's gonna slip on that, because actually that's an old time slip, but the thing about it, I've improved it. Plus I cut the shoe down, so I'm gonna get the camera person to come around and see just how little a shoe that's riding on. So we'll hold up and move around. You can see here, I've trimmed this shoe, but it's still on the wall. I've ground it over here. But what it is, it's riding on the hoof wall.
Right.
But in about, you can see here, see how close I've got that? It looks like it's hanging over, but it's not, because I've got that shoe ground at that angle. So in about 2.5 weeks, that'll start slipping over that, and then it'll push that out. But when you look at the foot here, it looks perfect, but it's not. So that's the reason you got to get your head on the knee to look at it.
Look down at it.
That's
right.
going to be the proof in the pudding.
Right.
When you put your head on the knee, and then a blind man can see it. But what happens, that's the confirmation. That's what causes it. Of course, if the farrier don't see it, it don't ever fix it.
Right.
Because a lot of them are too busy just throwing a shoe on, going on. And, you know, the horse owner, that's one reason the whole thing of the horseshoeing time is to try to educate the horse owner about corrective shoeing. And the one thing that we've got some super good shows coming up. We took a year off because, well, half a year. But what we did, we've got shows that, you know, reruns in the winter. And so we're starting to do new shows that'll be coming on. And so, hey, gang, we got some great shows coming up. We're going to be showing the Nolan hoof plate.
Right.
And we're going to do about 3 shows on that. And this is something for pancake feet, foundered horse. It works great. Remember this, gang. Everything we use here is something we've tested out. We know works. And it's not something Granddaddy told us. Because the first time I went to school, horseshoeing school, I found a lot of things my granddaddy didn't know. I don't want to tell him, of course.
Don't tell nobody that.
That's right. Anyway, because Granny would get really mad at me. Of course, they're all passed on. But the truth is, we want to educate the horse owner because we care about the horses. And this horseshoeing, we have a school here, horseshoeing school, but we also have the research center here. So the whole idea of this is and this was built by caring horse owners and horseshoers that wants to advance and go on and learn some new, we got the technology. You tell I am ribbed high as a kite. But we've got technology today to use to improve the shoeing.
Right.
And to get away from some of the old stuff that we know it don't work.
And it helps the horse be more comfortable too.
And it really bothers me that we've got people out there that's talking about shoeing and stuff that's never shot a horse in their life. And then you got veterinarians that are trying to put on corrective shoe and ain't got a clue what the shoe does. And so really and truly, gang, that's the whole idea of building a research center, because the farrier is the expert. However, we need to continue our education just like medical doctors. And so this animal is alive. He's not a piece of machinery. You know what? We just got an extraordinary audience, and I wanted to get a shot of them. And hey, let's give ourselves a big round of applause, gang. And remember, gang, if you want to come on one of our shows, we'll be doing shows all this summer. Just call, get the information and numbers right there on the screen. See you next week right here on Horseshoe'N Time. And remember this, happy horse
Makes a happy owner.